scope creep is when you get asked to do something and slowly the thing that you're asked to do balloons bigger and bigger and your workload becomes gigantic. This can happen for a lot of reasons. It can happen because the project wasn't properly scoped in the first place. It can also happen because of shiny object syndrome. Sometimes leaders get excited about things and then they ask you to incorporate it into a project and you think to yourself like, oh, well, this is really important to them, so let me incorporate it. And then like a week later, they've forgotten about it and it didn't even matter. And you spent like multiple evenings burning the midnight oil working on this extra thing that they asked you for. So we want to make sure that you don't fall victim to scope creep, because not only does it cause overworking, but it also often causes the type of overworking that you don't end up getting credit for. It can lead to a lot of extra work behind the scenes that isn't always recognized. So when scope creep happens, the thing that you always want to respond with is a conversation about trade-offs. And you don't have to have this conversation right in the moment. You can say, that's an interesting idea. Let me take that offline and look at our capacity and come back to you with a proposal on next steps. This buys you time to map out the trade-offs and discuss the trade-offs with your stakeholder. So here's an example of what you might say. You might say something like, I took a closer look at what it would take to add this new piece of work to the project, and we have a couple of options. It's about 1 week's worth of execution. So option 1 is we could extend our timeline by about a week. Option 2 is we can bring in 1 or 2 additional headcount, and that will allow us to stick to our original timeline. Now, even though we could fit this in, I actually recommend that we hold off, and here's why. This project is a very new type of project for our organization, which means right now we're relatively slow in our execution, but a few months from now, we're going to be a lot faster and more efficient. A few months from now, I think we'll be able to get this done more quickly and with less resources. So my recommendation is that we hold off for now and pick this up next quarter. I wanted to run this by you and see what you think so we could figure out next steps. So this is a great example of managing up and saying no in a way that isn't going to feel abrasive or confrontational to the stakeholder.